All right, one of those will work. That's
one of those.
Once
there was this guy who
made his wife so mad one day that's probably as far as we should go.
That she chopped off his wiener.
And when he finally came to... Oh, man. I can't believe that song just like lives in the back of our brains.
I can't wait to hear Isybelle's reaction because I doubt she saw that coming.
She almost certainly didn't.
I doubt that guy did either.
Oh! What's poppin', everybody? Hello and welcome to Popcorn Culture. My name is Ben Carlin, and I am your host here. Being today's my brother Jay, who will be in every episode.
That's me, Ben. Here I am. We're all back in office again. We've had like a weird week of outages here.
We really have,
yeah.
And I feel like there's more only left to continue. Like in my mind, it's basically the first week of October, because here's the roadmap that lies before us. Is I just got back from a wonderful trip to the Dominican Republic with Alice, where we had like a fun little just couples vacation at like a all-inclusive resort where I think we successfully relaxed. Like,
wow.
Fully and completely.
Fully and completely.
I feel like I did nothing in the most entertaining way you could possibly do nothing.
That's fantastic. Were you you were just sitting there? Were you like reading? Were you listening to anything? Or was it just like feet in pool, eyes closed in sun?
Well, no, I was listening to The Wise Man's Fear,
the
second book in Name of the Wind, where I was like, gosh, I have so many thoughts. Like, I mean, I can't. It's been like one hot second since I've done like a really thick read through, and sure enough, as always, I'm just like, there's so much.
Were you writing down notes?
I should have been writing down notes, but I was like, that would be too much like work, and I can't be doing that. But I'm having so much fun at the same time,
dude. I mean, if you're having fun writing notes about Name of the Wind, that's just who says it's work? Who
says it's work? Okay. Do you think it's any coincidence that mere tyrannial sounds an awful lot like tyrant? And then there's also the mayor tyrannical, mere tyrannical.
I don't know.
Okay,
I feel like mere tyrannial sounds like something else, doesn't it?
Well, you mean maybe it does.
Yeah,
maybe it does. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
but that was that's a sample of what's been going on through my mind.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We went down to the Dominican Republic. We stayed in an all-inclusive resort, and it was like just so wonderful. Like the last time Alice and I did this, we had been dating for like 6 months.
Okay, wow,
really early, and I think
let's go on an international trip.
Let's go on an international trip together. Yeah, and I think we were still kind of like working out some of like the odds and ends of like early relationship type stuff, and it was just like it was a very different trip. And like what's kind of funny is that like on that one I was like, oh, excursions, like like you got to do the excursions while you're there. So like we did like an ATV tour that was like through these muddy banks of rivers and went through the sugar plantations or whatever they're called, like the fields of sugar cane that grows. And that was, just enlightening, and it was oddly like cultural, and, you got to take in a lot. And we went to the capital, Santo Domingo, where we went through and saw all the history of where we were. That was super interesting. But it was also like, it kind of reminds me of like when you go to Disney. It's like when you go to Disney, it's like there's nothing relaxing about being at Disney because you're going so hard from sun up till sundown. You're throwing down tons of steps. It's an experience. And so coming into this one, the only thing that we had booked was like a massage at the spa.
There you go.
And so like we were like, let's just go and just like relax. And man, it was just like, I was relaxing at like 60 miles an hour. It was great.
Amazing. I'm so glad to hear it. So glad to hear it. You got to do that sometimes. And just like, I think you reach a point, where you're like we go on trips like Disney a lot where it's like, go there, get as much done. I actually posted a story last week on my Instagram that was like, there's 4 kinds of Disney people. And it's like, number 1 is like, get as many rides done as possible, whatever. Number 2 is like, just here for the vibes.
Right.
Number 3 was like, I only care about Cosmic Rewind. And number 4 was like, just give me the food or something.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was like, I posted them like, which one are you? And I would say like 90% of the people who responded were like number one.
Oh, like ride as many rides
ride
as
as many things as
Yeah.
possible. And it's like, which I think it makes sense to me, like that like I would love to be able to just be at Disney for the vibes, but it's like it's costing you so much to be there. Every minute, you know?
Yes.
It's like, you know, if I'm just here for the vibes, I could go to cheaper places for the vibes. You know?
I know, but those vibes are such
I know,
good vibes.
but you're right. The vibe, they are good vibes. It's like,
That's the thing. I mean, I think that was like a paradigm adjustment. You know, like when Alice and I started like dating, is that she is a total like stop and smell the roses kind of person. So it's like, I think that like, for the most part, like she could just like walk down like Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom and just sort of like look at the shops and the lights and the activity and take in the smells, and the castle is, you know, the setting for your backdrop, and you know, just sort of like a slow, quiet meander, like maybe grab a churro, why not?
Yeah.
You know, like but you know, then I think by like stark comparison, like we would have grown up and it was sort of like run,
you
you know, like get to the front of the line,
Yeah.
like, single riders only, you know,
Right.
like go. So I don't know. I think I probably landed somewhere like in hybrid zone. Like that's one where I think that like, and I know I've talked about it in the past before, but we went on like a trip with you and Beth very early on, and I was like, wow, they are here to play. Like, you know, they're serious.
Well, I mean, now it's sort of weird because like we've been to Disney enough now that I feel like it is a little like, you know, like I've done most of the things I want to do multiple times.
Sure.
So unless there's like something brand new or something where it's like it can be a little bit more vibesy at times.
Right.
You know, I don't mind like shopping as much and checking for the pins and doing stuff like that.
You don't mind checking.
I don't mind checking for the pins as if I'm there for any other reason.
I was gonna say it's like don't slide it in there.
That's
Like
just-
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's like
look at addendum C3 on this bill here we just passed. Yeah, Jay's here for the pins.
Yeah. No, yeah, but you're right. But go ahead.
Okay. So I also though I saw a dangerous reel the other day that I was like, oh boy. And what it was this couple in Ohio, and they just were like, we went on a 1-day Disney trip, and like they get in and they fly from Ohio to Disney World, and they basically are there until like 2 a.m. or something.
Oh my gosh.
But like they land, they leave in the morning from Ohio, and they have like a 1-day Disney trip. So I don't even think they go to sleep. You know, I think they just they went down, they Magic Kingdom hard all day until literal like closing at like 2 a.m. one of the nights, I guess, when they're open late or whatever. Or maybe they're open that late every night. I don't know. But being there that late really clears out. I can do a lot of stuff.
Sure.
And then just hightailed it back to the airport and flew back in the morning. And it was like, I don't even think they were gone for 24 hours, you know?
Holy cow.
I know. I was like, oh, that could be fun.
Like challenge extended.
Challenge extended. Like we could do that. We got flights to Disney here. We could do that.
How hard could it be?
How hard could that be? I could just stay up all night. It'll probably only wreck my sleep for like a month or something.
I was gonna say, yeah. What wasn't half of last week's episode about like how we're getting older and we need to slow down and
nonsense? I will say thank you guys so much for all of the emails and messages from last week regarding everything I was talking about just like the, you know, entering like a new season of life and stuff like that. It was all very heartwarming and very uplifting to read. So if you sent me something, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think you know, it's interesting with the pop in particular as a show that we do, because like it's interesting. Like I think even especially being like off social media a little bit, like it's funny to like walk around a little bit, like almost there's like a contrast that is like slowly started to build, where it's like you can see the effect that it's still having like on other people, and you're sort of like, oh, look at that, just sharing every aspect of their life on the internet. And I'm sort of like, that's what the pop is like,
right.
You know, it's like, I do think it's been so great because it's become such a fantastic outlet and community to match it. I think for discussing like these kind of like big stages of our life that we're going through. And it really is cool and wonderful that, you know, you can step into this arena, share these kinds of parts of your life, and then also discover that like lots of other people are going through like similar kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I think hearing that, you know, not only are you like, it's like the community gets to do hopefully what, you know, as the hosts of the show, we're able to do for them in return, which is, I don't know, it really is, it's really cool. It's very like reciprocal.
Yeah.
In a way that like you wouldn't necessarily expect from a show where the audience doesn't always get the chance to like
talk back or
to communicate and talk back. Yeah. But yeah, so long story long. So yeah, big shout out to the little colonels out there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Oh, speaking also of last week's episode, Ben, I feel like since I came up with the phrase universal shoving, I feel like I've been able to like, I feel like I've got, now that I have a word for it, it's like, that's happening again.
It's happening.
So like, for example,
okay,
as I'm sure you are aware, ever since we moved into this office, the AC, the air conditioning has been loud. Right.
It's been loud. Yeah. We've talked about it a lot. Like the especially on the Super Carlin brothers said, it just so happens to be the case that like the roof of our building, obviously, you know, we're on like a third floor, but that means that each of the floors beneath us have their own air conditioning units. They're all on on our roof,
right?
Which there's nothing any of them can do about that. There's no other place to put them in a building. So it makes sense that they're up there. But the Super Carlin brothers set in particular has a rather noisy and old air conditioner that is above it. Mm-hmm. And that means that it's sort of like it vibrates, and we just happen to be in the unique position of recording with highly sensitive microphones in the same space that then hears the vibration.
Yeah.
So it's been a thing.
So it's loud. So we finally thought to make, like, you know, we could like take some of that out and post with like software and stuff, but like we finally went and talked to our like landlady about it, and she was like very helpful and started the process of, you know, going about and fixing it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was a lengthy process involving many trips out, and in the meantime, it's been record heat here, and so like the AC just stopped being able to even keep up.
Yeah,
you know.
Yes. So it's been like hot in the office to the point where, like, you know, we've had days where we're leaving and it's like 82 degrees in the office, and it's just sort of like this is like not good conditions.
Not good conditions.
Like, not just for us, not just for filming, not for like all those things, even for our staff. Like, it's
just too hot.
Yeah, it's just too hot.
Too hot. So we went through, and like they got up there, and of course, like these are like 15-year-old AC units or whatever, and the guys looking at it are not the people who installed it, and they're having to like reverse engineer everything, and then that's like all, if you look at the light switches on our office, none of them make sense, so they're all connected to the wrong things, and
it's really bonkers. And the other thing too is that, like, since again you're talking about like a building, it's like if you want to like change the AC at your house, normally it's on like a little concrete pad, like, you know, next to the house on the ground.
Yeah.
Here it's 50 feet in the air. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wants to replace it, you literally have to bring a crane into downtown to lift and extract or deliver a new unit to replace one.
Right. Yes. Huge annoying thing. And like there would be times, you know, where we would do what we could. We would cover the sunroofs to like let in less sunlight.
Yeah.
You know, we have like fans going, and there'd be days though, like even overnight, we'd come in the next day, still really hot. Or, you know, there'd be a big thunderstorm over the weekend and the power would blip for like half a second, but the AC wouldn't come back on.
Right.
And you'd be like, oh my gosh. And you'd spend like 4 days waiting for the AC to finally catch up with the heat again.
Right.
Only for some new annoying thing to happen. So,
and then we also turn it off every time we film, specifically to cut down on the noise.
Yes.
So then it means that, like, even if you manage to get it to go from 78 down to 77, then you turn everything off for like
40 minutes.
Yeah. And then it's up to 79.
Back up again.
Yeah.
So it's warm. But so 2 weeks ago, I would say it, like they replaced it. They put in new Freon. And it was firing on all cylinders. It was glorious. It was chilly even in the office.
Yeah, like when I was getting dressed in the morning, I was like, I should probably bring like a light jacket. You know, it's like going to the movie theater or the airplane. It's like you probably need something to be like a little like warmer.
Yeah. I was like, and it was such a sigh of relief. It was like, oh my goodness, like it's fixed.
Yeah.
Like it's cool in here again. But sure enough, Ben, as sure as we spent months fixing it, I woke up, I walked into the office this morning to a balmy 80 degrees, and I was like, what on earth happened? And I go and look at the thermostat, and it's just blank. And I'm like, what? And I take it off the wall. I put it back on the wall. Everything looks like it's plugged in appropriately. The numbers pop back up, and I go to change it, and nothing happens. Nothing comes on at all. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What is going on? Is the thermostat itself now malfunctioning instead of the AC unit?
Right.
Like what? How? Like this is the universal shoving. It's like it's great that you guys fixed it, but it's not supposed to be fixed. You know, you guys it's supposed to be hot up there. So good job. We're going to find a new way to ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so sure enough, and I don't know why this is the case, but like it's like, this is where I feel like there's no easy way to start learning like weird solves to things other than just being like, you know, like living as an adult through problems and slowly discovering like various solutions to things. But yeah, so I went into like this closet, and like our air conditioning unit thing is like literally, I don't know what will ever happen the day that comes if it needs to be like replaced, because it is so tucked in there. Like I almost think they like built the place where they put it and then built walls around it with no intention of it ever leaving, because I had to like, you know, squirm my way. I was like spelunking in the walls, trying to get to the air conditioning unit, and the pan underneath the air conditioner is just full of water, which basically has like a sensor that if it fills up so that it doesn't end up like flooding the building, it will automatically cut off the air conditioner. But then I had to go and like borrow like a shop vac from, you know, like the aquarium guys like over, you know, in downtown. And it's just like a whole thing where it's like, great, now we have to go and like shop vac that out. It's like, so technically now it's working again, but I have literally no idea if we've like even solved the problem.
Right. Have you just treated the symptoms? Is it going to fill up again?
Right. Are we going to come in tomorrow and it's just going to be like, well, this is just like what we do now?
Right. Yeah. Every morning we just shop back it out, and then the AC works again. Like it's like that feels like what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like, no, okay, it can't be fixed and easy and normal like it's supposed to be. It's got to be something annoying. I had another situation this past week over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as can happen when you've used the same sink for a long time, it can, like your bathroom sink, it can get a little clogged, you know?
Sure.
Suddenly the water's not draining so fast, you know? Yeah. So both me and Beth's sinks were kind of getting a little bit slow on the drain, as it were. And I was like, I know what the answer is going to be. We're going to have to go get one of those like gross snake things and stick it down the drain and pull up just the worst image on earth,
right? Like
of hair and gunk and whatever.
Right, you've seen a horror movie.
Yeah, that I know what's in the drain, and I know that's the answer. And I know, and so I'm like, you know, I find, you know, I'm like looking out how to pull out the stopper, and it's like a lot of times it's like just twist and pull, or just pull it up, it just comes right out, or whatever. Mine was not. It had like a whole pinion system in the back, and you had to go like unscrew it from the back of the line, and you know, do a whole. There was like a little bit of a process to it. Nothing too complicated.
And you got it.
And yeah, I got that out. No problem. And I felt proud of myself for doing that. It was like the lightest amount of plumbing you could do or whatever. Yeah. And I got the snake, and even got these like little flush. I don't know what they're called. Like some always clear. They were like little chips you like pour down the drain.
Oh.
And then you like pour hot water on them. And I went, and my friend who recommended this thing was like, oh, we do boiling water. And I was like, that sounds like, intense. So I even boiled water.
Wow.
And I poured it down the drain, and you could hear it like, you know, I was like, sounds like things are happening down there. They're just breaking stuff down or whatever, you know. So I go in to do that, and I'm like, and I screw everything back together, and I turn the water on, and it goes straight. And well, I get the snakes, and I pull out the gunk on both sinks, and it is as gross as you think it's going to be. And you're like, whoa.
Yeah,
okay, great. Hope I got rid of it. Turn on the sink, immediately starts draining, and I'm like, boom, I did it.
Am I a genius, or am I
a genius or what? That I only had to unscrew one thing, pull out one gross clog, pour, you know, clear out the rest of the minor debris with my little chips, which I can go back to that in a second, but I was like, I did it. That was like, I felt so good. Like they just work so perfectly now, until the next day when Beth comes home and she's like running it, and she's like, oh, I think something's dripping. And she goes and looks under, and sure enough, water is just overflowing out of the U-bend now. And I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. Like, how could this be? I didn't even touch the part water's coming out of, you know?
Interesting. Like this is like the P trap underneath the sink.
Okay. Yes. Like, yeah, it goes down, comes up, and I'm like, there's like, it looks like it's like backing up and now like emerging out of there. And I'm like, what it looks like is like that the clog used to be up on the upper half of the sink, and it would get stuck there and slowly drain past that. but now maybe like when I shoved the snake down, it like pushed it further back and now it's clogging further along in the system. And like that's causing it to like erupt out of here because now like water's not supposed to build up there or something. That's all I could figure. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to get a little bit more fancy here.
Okay.
Now, because I don't want to call a plumber just yet. So I got disassemble everything, and it's pretty easy to take like the little U-shape, the P-trap, that's what it's called?
That's called
I don't
P-trap,
know.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll take the P-trap completely off, and I look at that, and it's like clean as a whistle. And I'm like, well, that stuff worked. There's no doubt the stuff worked.
Nice.
There's nothing in here. And then I stick the snake in the rest of the pipe. Like, does the clog back here or something? Nothing. Completely clean. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? Because I didn't even touch this valve, you know? Like, and here's what I think happened is that when I poured the chips down, there had been enough gunk and buildup that it was like actually creating the seal. The seal itself.
Wow.
And so I burned away the
slime seal.
The slime seal, exactly. Yeah. And now this new problem, which must have been a problem to begin with, but it concealed itself behind the slime. So now I had to complete. So basically, I think whoever initially screwed it in had like just missed the cross-threaded it or something. Yes. So then I had to like take it completely off and then reattach it. But like reattaching it was like took a whole learning curve too, because like you had to do them at the same time, but like you had to do this one first and it would only fit if you did this side first, but then the other side wasn't lined up because like, you know, I know, I was like, what is going on here? But eventually I trial and errored my way through it. I assembled everything back together, reinstalled the drainer, and boom, it now perfectly works. No leaks at all. And I was like, oh man, I felt so good.
Just for you, Jay.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. I know. I cleaned the drain of my sink.
Wow.
I know. 2 sinks.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really impressive.
Well, thank you. I
wonder when the Netflix show for home repair is going to call you to come out and participate in their games.
I know, but it's like minorly intimidating to go start taking the pipes apart, you know?
Oh, it is.
When you've never done it.
Yes.
And then I was like, okay, then I was feeling good because I thought this stuff worked so good. I was going to go the boys' tub, if you can imagine, also a bit of a slow drain, you know? Bit of a slow drain.
I can only imagine.
I like to unplug it, go away for the weekend. You know?
Right.
Come back. It's empty. Who wants a bath? Yeah.
We'll take another one in 5 days.
I know. When they've got like one of those like toe touch things, like stoppers.
Okay.
Like, so if you're taking a shower, you just like plug it and then you push it up again. And I'm looking up everything, how to take it off, and everything's like, oh yeah, if it doesn't have the little metal top, that'll just screw off, and then you can get to like the bolt, and then you unscrew the bolt, and then the drain will lift out. And I'm like, okay, that's easy. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Got it. And I'm like, they're like, you know, you should be able, if you can't twist it off by hand, it probably means like enough sediment is built up that you need to get some tools to like twist it or whatever.
Yeah. Give it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I got tools.
What? Name them.
I got them. What do you need?
Screwdriver?
Like pliers, wrench, you know? We can do this.
Right.
Yeah. So I go down, I get my wrench or my pliers or whatever, and I put it on there and I start to like try and twist it. And it turns out it's just made of like the flimsiest metal. And like, it is just like bending the metal and ripping stuff off of it. And I'm like, this is way worse. Like, it is not turning at all, you know?
No.
And I'm like, am I doing like, how many things could you possibly need to do?
Right.
You know, I'm like, if I don't know how to get this off of here now. Like, is it not just like a press and twist, which it wasn't? And I'm like, okay, they're making sharp edges on the metal, which seems unsafe for my kids taking a bath here. And I was like, no big deal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use my fancy little chips. I'm just going to pour them down the drain. I'll pour the water down there. They'll blast through some gunk or stuff or whatever. And of course, like, they don't go in super well. So I'm pouring it down. I'm trying to like shove it in with my fingers. And this is when I learned that you shouldn't touch it because it's like soup. It's like real, like, and then if you read the bottle, which I should have done, it's like can cause severe skin burns. And I'm like, oh God. I didn't think about the chemical burns. Oh no. I'm just pushing it around with my hand. So then I was totally fine. I didn't touch it enough, but like, I think it had a reaction with like my nails, and I was like, they were kind of like a little crispy the rest of the weekend, and it still doesn't drain. So It didn't work.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
there was my adventures.
Swear, I think you should start vlogging your home repairs.
I probably should.
Yeah,
I probably should.
I
People are going to be like, don't do that.
I know. Yeah. This is always what I feel like it's like, where it's like it's like you're in a dark room wandering around looking for the doorknob. Everybody else looking is able to use night vision, so they know exactly where it is and they know exactly how close you've gotten, and they're just sort of like, wait, no, don't
do it.
You were right there.
You were right there. You were right there.
And then you put your hand in the chips.
That was a mistake.
Enjoy the chemical burns.
Yeah, enjoy that light. And of course, you think it's just hot because of the boiling water, but it's not. It's other kinds of hot.
It's other kinds of
hot.
Very uncomfortable. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but you made it through.
I made it through.
So you think you're being universally shoved into pipe repair?
Well, no. I think the fact that I like the drain was like it was clogged, and then I fixed it, and then a new problem arose in the same spot. I was just like, see, it's like the universe is like, that sink's just not supposed to work. Is what it feels like.
So when I came in this morning and I'm trying to troubleshoot the air conditioner, and I'm like, well, I think the drain pipe wasn't working. Were you like, you got to be kidding me?
Right. Well, I was just like, of course it's not. Of course it's not. You're gonna, whatever you do to fix it, it won't matter. A month from now, it's just gonna be broken again for a new reason. And it's like it could be like, no, it's not gonna be. Like, it can't, because everything's new, and like, we replaced this, so you guys should be good. And it'd be like, we should be good. You're right. But that's when the building gets struck with lightning or something. And you're like, oh yeah. And we would have been good if it weren't for some freak accident.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all.
That's all.
Universal shoving.
Universal shoving.
Or like Isybelle's car. Isybelle, for the longest time we knew Isybelle, her car was breaking down all the time. Well, in different unique ways. So when she first started working here, she had like her, like, you know, I guess like first car or whatever. Yeah. And she was driving like an hour commute a day because she had, you know, graduated college up at Virginia Tech and had to come into Roanoke to work and hadn't fully moved here yet, which she has since done. Yeah. But that meant that she was kind of driving this like old car through like a particularly like aggressive stretch of Interstate 81, which if you've never driven on it before, it's an experience. Yeah.
But like it's like it asks for your car to be taxed a lot because you're like, she's driving up like a mountain every day and it's kind of like an older vehicle and like things were already like breaking down. I think like back during the pandemic, there was like a situation where people were like stealing catalytic converters because they've got like I don't know, some type of precious metal inside of them, and it's really easy to steal them. You basically just crawl underneath the vehicle with a reciprocating saw and just like, and then it's like, you know, you got it, and you just go break it down for the metals, and it's like, haha. But don't do that, obviously, because it's, you know, a very unkind thing to do. Yeah. So anyway, I think that her vehicle was like hurting in a variety of ways, and then rather comically, I guess she'd worked here for like a year, and she like finally like went out and got like a new car.
Yes.
And then promptly, I think she was hanging out with one of her friends who like lives on like I think this is just correct, on a farm.
Yeah, on a farm.
And a horse ran by her car and ripped the side view mirror off.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just sort of like, what?
I know.
Like,
yes.
Like that doesn't really happen.
That doesn't really happen. I know. And I think like on her old car, like she'd duct taped the mirror into place, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God, I got a new car. Everything works. I have a mirror that's not holding on like duct tape. And it's just like, or do you?
And then it's like, and then it's like,
and I'm sorry, what happened? A horse ran into your car? Sure it did.
Sure it did.
Sure it did. Exactly. Good luck with that. Good luck repairing it. You know, I dare you. I dare you. I can't wait for some kid to shoot it out of the BB gun or something next, you know?
Right.
Who knows? What's going to happen?
It's literally always something.
It's like, it's going to, you know, it's like, I feel that was such an example of like, she got a brand new car and it like a horse hit it.
And
a horse hit it.
Your new car got hit by a horse?
Exactly. Like, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
Right. Yes. And I think it's because the horse was like spooked, you know, too. Yeah. So like that means like some other odd thing. Like it's not like she was driving the car. It was parked.
Yes. Yeah. You broke it. You weren't even in it.
Right.
You weren't even moving.
Yeah.
Universal shoving, man.
Universal shoving.
Let us know your experiences with this, where it's just like a problem where no matter how much you fix it, it is determined to be broke.
It just keeps being more and more and more.
I have articles of clothing like this.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. That it's like sometimes I will get like a new shirt and I'll be like, man, I really like this shirt. And like, I'll be excited to like have worn it. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to lose this shirt. I will lose track of it.
Oh.
I will not be able to find it.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know why. Every like 3 months it'll pop up. I'll be like, oh my gosh. And I'll wear it and I'll put it in the hamper and then it's gone again. It's like, where was that? And it's like, who knows? Who knows? It went through some wormhole. It'll be back. Maybe it's just gone. It's just, there it is.
If it's anything like that one pair of shoes, when we replace the rug underneath your bed, maybe they're just like tucked in between the two under bed storage containers.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
Those shoes, I wore them hilariously. They have now ended up in another section of my house where like you wouldn't think to look for shoes.
Oh, so you just
those shoes.
You just
I
keep
see
not
them.
wearing them.
Yeah, and I'm like, every time I'm down there, I should bring those upstairs, and then I don't. But because those shoes had the stigma, you know, they've got it.
Right,
They're being shoved away. They're like, you're just like,
it smells of stigma.
Yeah, it's like those shoes. Good luck. My slippers are always like this with me. I can't own slippers. I've just stopped trying.
Okay, you want to know something? I am salty about this because Alice.
Be salty.
I'm going to be salty.
Salt it up.
Alice made a comment the other day that was like, "You never walk barefoot outside," and I was like, "What?"
Excuse me.
And I mean, so like, you know, what? Like, we grew up with a gravel driveway.
Gravel.
Like, you know, I don't mean to like, you know, try to toot our own horn too aggressively or anything, but like there's that like what is it like the SpongeBob thing where he's like, I ate nails for breakfast.
Yeah, without any milk.
Exactly. I'm like, that's us. That's us.
That's
you
us.
know, it's like I have run barefoot on a gravel driveway for my whole childhood.
You know,
no bigs.
Right. I learned to play basketball barefoot on a gravel driveway. I learned to dribble on gravel. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're so good now.
Yeah,
obviously,
exactly.
We are ballers.
We're so good at basketball.
We're not, but well, you're better than me. But anyway, let's see. That's a low bar, by the way, like an incredibly low bar. Like my basketball prowess is probably as good as my archery prowess, which is not.
Which is not.
Like
we had a bow and arrow growing up.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe this is a bad example.
Bad
Maybe
example.
you know what?
I bet you're better than like having owned a bow and arrow that we were able to like go in the backyard and shoot every now and then probably makes you better than like 80% of people with a bow and arrow.
All right, let me reframe. I'm better at archery than basketball, and I
Okay.
haven't shot a bow and arrow since I was like 12.
That can't be.
How often are you shooting bows and arrows?
No, but you can't be. I think you're better at basketball than you think.
Oh no, I'm not.
No.
I'm so bad. It is not my sport. Anyway, barefootedness.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the way, when Alice and I first started dating, I want to say it was probably like one of the first or second Christmases that we were together, where it was kind of like we had been together long enough that it was like, you know, it made sense like for her mom to get me like a Christmas gift. And so what she got me was a pair of like house slippers. And I remember being like, whoa, I'm not really like a house slippers kind of person, but you know, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to like break them in.
Yeah.
I'm going to use them. And I think because, you know, it was like a gift from a loved one. I was like, yeah, I'm going to use them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so since then, like I went through like that whole pair. They got like, you know, battered to bits and, you know, just basically used enough to where like they kind of went by the wayside. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy like a nice pair, like of like the like Eddie Bauer ones or whatever, made out of who knows what, some type of fun fur,
like
skin.
flannel something. Yeah,
I don't know.
Right.
Like, you know, they seem nice.
they got like the little fuzzies around the.
They got the fuzzies on the inside.
On the inside, yeah.
And you know, so like I'd wear those, and it was the same thing. Like I think I liked the idea of like getting up in the morning and sort of like I would always put them back in like the same spot in my room. So like every morning I could go back to the exact same spot and put them back on again. Boom, bam.
Impressive.
And I'm sort of, and so like Alice makes this comment the other day, and she's like, yeah, you were like, she's like, I can't believe you're outside barefoot. You are never outside barefoot. I'm like, the only reason I'm outside in anything otherwise anyway is because of the gift from, you know, like the thing. I like him. I don't know. Like, you don't think I'm like a barefoot kind of person outside? She's like, no. She's like, this is like a huge part of who you are. Like, you are not barefoot outside. I'm like, what? You know,
She said it was a huge part of who you are.
a huge part of who I am.
Ben,
I know.
no, I mean, I'd be like, do you even know me?
That's
what you felt like,
I was like, I feel like something has gone askew here.
Right.
And so now, I mean,
You know in your soul that you're a barefoot person.
I'm a barefoot kind of person.
Right.
So now it's like when the garbage needs to go out, like I don't care if it's like raining or somebody's like spilled brass tacks all over my sidewalk, like I take my slippers off and I took them out barefoot on purpose.
Boom,
bam.
Yeah, might just break some bottles out there just to really drive home the point.
That's exactly it.
Exactly.
Well, but
I mean, don't do that. But.
I mean, it's like, we'll be reasonable on some level. Yeah, of course. But no, I could not believe it. I was like, this. When did this happen? When did I go wrong?
No, I understand. I feel like this is exactly what I was talking about last week. It's like you know in your soul that this is who you are.
Exactly.
Right. You're this guy. I'm barefoot all the time. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not afraid to.
People aren't picking up what you know about yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk through the grass. No problem. Yeah. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of this, on the exact same note, so we have talked on numerous occasions as well about our a sponsor on Super Carlin Brothers. It's Bespoke Post. Also, just a company I've kind of had fun subscribing to since well before they ever sponsored the show. But they tend to sell like very often small little like everyday carry kinds of items that are like usually like, I don't know, maybe a little rugged inspired, or they're like cool or whatever. Yeah. And one of the things that I got once upon a time was this like really cool pair of like tweezers, I mean, you know how everybody has a cool pair of tweezers,
dude,
right?
I love a good pair of tweezers. Mine are Revlon.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should get you a pair of these tweezers.
I know. I needed tweezers. I think I was at the beach one time and Luke got a splinter and Mom had these like, they're like makeup tweezers. They're like Revlon.
Sure.
Yeah. Every pair of tweezers I've ever had has been like out of like, the first aid kit or whatever. And they've just been the worst.
Yeah.
But these, I was like, I think Luke had like 2 slivers and I was like, boom. I was like, these were so good. And it's like an example of like tweezers, like, of course the makeup industry has put a ton of effort into making good tweezers.
Yes.
Because it's like how like the gaming industry has pushed forward like computer graphics in a way that regular computers have not. And it's like, like tweezers are good in a wide application, but it's actually the beauty world that's pushing them forward in a way that's like, these are good.
Well, I mean, literally the most valuable company in the world right now is NVIDIA, which used to make like, still does.
Computer chips, right?
Like, computer chips. And they were driven forward by the gaming industry, but now they are like this like mega thing in the world of AI and everything. It doesn't matter, but you're exactly right. Like it's interesting, like when a niche use case, which is to say that like gaming is not niche, but it's interesting when something like that, it's like the world of who knows, like computer processors and supercomputers and other important sounding server farm rooms, Bitcoin mining, I don't know, all those types of things. It's like they rely on these chips, and it's like they were built so that people could play Call of Duty better.
Right.
You know? And it's like, well, I'll be.
What do you know?
Anyway.
So tell me about your fancy tweezers.
Yeah. Well, so that is, really the main thing is that like, I was like, I have these tweezers, and like they were like a small add-on to what was probably some other like more obvious offering that Bespoke Post had in their box that month, where it was like, yeah, get this cool wool sweater and we'll also send you like this pair of tweezers just to like kind of cap off the value.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, nice. And so I remember I went and like put them in the center console of my truck, and I was like, I guarantee the day will come someday when I need these tweezers.
Yeah.
And it was sort of like they never really came, and I had never used them. And then last week, Addie was just like walking barefoot, like
a Carlin,
like her dad.
Yeah.
Just in our house, and she was like, ow, and like immediately stepped on something, and she got like a little cut on her foot, and so we're like trying to figure it out or whatever, and so we're soaking her foot in like warm water in the sink or whatever, and I'm like, haha, I know just the thing.
I know.
And so I went outside, and we didn't even know if anything had actually happened to her. She just clearly had like a small cut on her foot.
Yeah.
So I come back inside, and I've got it, and I've got her magnifying glass, which is like, she's got this like wicker basket that she carries around the house with like a few oddments in it, and one of the things happens to be a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
This is very regular child behavior.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, these are my things. And I need
like,
them.
So like Addie's like crying with like her foot in this like bowl in the kitchen sink or whatever, and I'm like, Addie, where's your magnifying glass? And she's like, she immediately like breaks character, and she's like, oh, it's in my basket. And I'm like, I know just the basket. I'll be right back. So I've got my magnifying glass, I've got my tweezers, and I go through and I'm like looking at it, and it's like you see like a shiny dot, like right where like the little like, you know, pinprick is on her foot.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really tell if it's just like a bead of like, you know, like a little blood like that's like pointing out, or if it's something else. So I've got the magnifying glass, I got the tweezers, and I'm going through and I go to pull it out, and it is the most satisfying like glass sliver ever that comes out. But man, these tweezers, I'm gonna have to link them because I was like, these were amazing.
There you go.
I was like, they did exactly what they were supposed to do, and I was like, how about that?
It is worth having a good pair of tweezers
from Revlon.
Yeah, from where or the ones you're talking about. But yes, get like when we were growing up, the tweezers were one of these Stigma items.
Oh yeah,
like they had the stink on them.
Oh, they definitely
was like,
did. Yeah,
you know, like we had them. Sure, in theory, they existed.
Right.
where they were, no one knew.
Einstein was able to use one of his chalkboards to theorize tweezers.
I mean,
but to actually get there in the end,
who knew where they were at any given moment? Like it felt like anytime I needed them, they weren't where they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I remember is that we had like Swiss Army knives growing up, and you know, like they've got like all the little doodads and whatnot.
There's like a slider for the tweezers.
There's a little slider for the tweezers.
Yeah.
One side's a toothpick that I guess you could like reuse.
Yeah.
Which, although I think that's like the world's worst toothpick.
Sure.
I mean, I'm calling you out right now, Swiss Army Knife Company. Get like up your toothpick game.
Up it.
And
how hard is it?
To be fair, you maybe have since 1998 when I last had one of these knives, but back then, you know, it left. It was a little lacking in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, the tweezers, it was sort of like they had to be small enough to fit the form factor of the knife situation, and the end result was that they were just extremely lousy.
Yeah.
And I feel like what ended up happening was like you almost just had to like gouge the person in order to like get the splinter out.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like you're kind of just using it as like a sharp
I mean,
edge.
they were not particularly useful, and they were highly losable.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'll have to go and try to track down my old Swiss Army knife.
Was that like that like blue one? Is that what you're thinking?
Mine was red.
Yours was red,
and it had my name engraved on the blade.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on Isybelle, but we have the home footage from when I first received it. I think for my 10th birthday.
Wow.
While we were at the Rainforest Cafe.
Wow. Yeah. A place I'm never going back.
Yeah, right.
See older episodes.
Right. You're not a fan.
Not a fan.
But I'm pretty sure I go, a Swiss Army knife.
Nice.
In that exact
wow.
voice.
Well, Isybelle will have to find it now and put it right here, and we can like, see how close it was.
Swiss Army knife.
I could see her like sitting at her desk, getting to this point in the edit, being like just like staring at the ceiling, being like, first the AC doesn't work. Now you want me to go and dig through your home movies?
That's right.
Sorry.
Oh, it'll be great. It'll be super good. My kids, I took there was the Big Lit Comic Con was at the concert venue I used to work at over the weekend.
Bingo.
Yeah. And I took Luke and Nate to it. Nick had to go to a birthday party, so they came with me, and it was really fun walking around. You know, there's you know, just hundreds of booths in there to go to like look at all the nerdy stuff, and every single booth is like, oh my god, what's this? How much does this cost? Blah, 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 whatever.
Were they allowed to buy something?
I allowed each of them to spend like $20.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I can like take them to this event and make them walk past 100 vendors worth of fun things and just be like, sorry, you don't have any money.
No, not. Yeah. I mean, there's two schools of thought there. It's either go knowing that you're gonna have to let them choose something, or don't go at all.
Exactly.
I don't feel like it's on the child for being tempted by all of the booths that have extremely tempting things.
I know. Yeah. So that was fine. You know, I was like, you don't go to Comic-Con to not buy stuff. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotta get some things. But we got to one there. So there was this weird dichotomy that happened in the world of blades, as it were.
Oh, okay. Like Beyblades?
Nope, not blades. Like sharp things.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, in there was one booth that was a LARPing booth, like live action role playing, right? You know, and they were. It was a very fun booth. It was like a little bit bigger, and they were just yelling out, you know, like, "Oh, come play with all the weapons. Kids are welcome to play too," or whatever. And they just had, I mean, 100 different rubber weapons.
Nice.
Like of every shape and form and hilarity. So like some of them just look like, pretty regular swords, but like some of them would be like a, Harley Quinn style hammer or something that was like massive, or some were just like fish, or some were just like baguettes or wrenches, or, like a rubber chicken, or just all sorts of like, hilarious things, giant things, small things, throwing knives, ninja stars, you name it, all sorts of stuff.
This place came to play.
This
live action role play.
Exactly. They really did. And I mean, Luke and Nate were having a blast at this one, picking up every different kind of, rubber weapon they could and whacking dad with it.
Nice.
Which Luke did manage to catch me in the stomach with one of the bigger hammers at one point. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, nice one, son. We're good. That was a good one. You got me.
That's a kid who grew up barefoot.
That's a kid. Yeah, exactly. So they were just having an absolute blast with it, and ultimately, there were some of like the little like rubber throwing knives or whatever were like $12 or something. So I thought for sure someone was gonna walk away with like a little fun like toy knife or whatever.
Sure.
And they did not. Luke ended up wanting to buy like a squishy avocado or something from there, which he did play with. So there was that.
Okay.
But so it was so funny though, because they had so much fun playing with all the swords and stuff until we walked around a little bit more and found a different booth that was selling like swords, like proper, like these are sharp. And like Luke was like looking at him, and I was like, like the guy, I think he was, his job is lifeguard all day. He's just like, those are sharp, like those are real. These are real. They're not like props, Right. And I'm like, okay, don't worry, Luke, don't pick these up because these are like actually sharp. And as soon as he knew they were actually sharp, he was like, I don't want anything to do with this booth. Like, I want to let's move. He didn't want to be near it at all.
Okay, so he detected the danger.
He was like, fake swords, I'm happy to pick up and whack, but the idea of holding a real thing that's actually sharp is no go.
Okay.
It was so I feel like it was a really interesting difference in when you feel safe versus when you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like I remember going to the mall or whatever as in middle school or high school, and there always being that kiosk with the weapons, and you're just
the plasma sword from
I
Halo.
would give anything to own these. To what end? Who knows?
Jay,
you're never gonna hit anything with it.
But to this day, I still want them.
Well, then, hey, I have good news for you. Any given Comic-Con you go to, they have so many. And they are sharp, and they look like things and they are. I mean, even now I walk past them, I'm like, those are pretty cool.
It's like
I don't not want them.
Some Wolverine claws, please,
exactly,
and thank you.
You probably could get them though.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're gonna do with them, but you can own them. They're there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just thought that was very interesting, but it was fun walking around Comic-Con, seeing all the stuff. That was the first time they'd ever been to one of those. And I was trying to describe it. They're like, what's it like? What are we going to? And I'm like, well, how we went to the card store? It's kind of like that, but 1,000 times bigger.
And I mean, were they thoroughly impressed?
Oh yes. Yeah. They had a blast. Walking around. Luke dressed up like Spider-Man while he was there. That was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I was like, you guys can dress up for this. You want to wear the costume? That's going to be very common here where we're going.
Were people like, oh, look at them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Nate didn't dress up, but Luke got a bunch of compliments on his Spider-Man costume, so
that
was
awesome.
good. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
And then they have the big arcade booth, stand-up booth, so you can just go and play and do endless continues or whatever. Nate had a blast doing that. Me and him were playing some airplane jet shooter game where just endless hordes come at you. I think we got to the near the end of the game. We played 9 rounds or something.
Oh dang!
Yeah, that was good times.
Start them young, as they say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just it was good. They were very well behaved. So I was proud of their performance at the con.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I love it. Oh man. Well, so I think we started this whole conversation little thread 50 minutes ago.
Yeah. Has it been 50 minutes?
Wow. By essentially being okay, so it's basically October, and I don't know if we ever quite solved that, because this week we're in office now, and then you leave next week for Pokemon Worlds.
Pokemon Worlds, y'all. I'm not competing. I'm not like in the World Championships.
But you will be there.
But I will be there. Yes, I will. It is
in Anaheim.
In Anaheim. Yes, I think it's at the same convention center like VidCon was at.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool to like be back, but like see it like kind of like a different
back,
like,
but different.
Back but different. Yeah,
back but different.
The thing I'm most excited about for you is that there is like a pop-up shop from like Pokemon Center that sells like very exclusive like stuff.
Yeah,
and it's I'm just sort of like get something.
I'm
like,
gonna
like I don't know what, but I want some. I want a Souvenir.
A Souvenir.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get you a Souvenir.
Thanks.
There's gonna be. I think there's gonna be many things bought at Pokemon Worlds.
Yes.
Because like when you go to the regionals, like there's like vendors, but I always feel like it's like just a little bit lacking. Like, you know, you can kind of see them all in like 10 minutes, you know?
Okay.
And you're like, it's like you have a lot of cards and stuff, but like I was really hoping for more like a, you know, like surprising amount. Blah. Yeah. And I feel like it's like Pokemon Worlds is like, yes, the competition is there, but it's like just like a Pokemon con unto itself.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's a mecca event. It's like people will be there from all over the world.
Literally, yeah. And like they hold it in a different spot every year, and it sounds like our friend Steven's going to be able to come with me. Like we're able to work that out.
Yep.
So and like unlike the regional tournaments I've been to, like where I've been playing in the competition itself, like there's usually a bunch of like side events at those, which, you know, if you're there for the second day but didn't make it to day 2, it's like, I guess I'll just go do some side events or whatever. And what always feels unfair when you're at the regionals is that there's always this big prize wall there that's like, hey, if you competed in side events, they might have given you some like, you know, rewards based on your placing or just for entering, you know, and you'll get, you know, 50, 20. It's like getting tickets at Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Nice.
But what's always felt unfair is that if you're in the tournament, you don't really get any points. You know, it's like you have to do the side events to go to the prize wall to get the stuff.
Oh, interesting.
But there'll be people there, and like all they do is just like try and do side events to like and then they'll like, you know, 5 people will be like, we want that, and they'll all just go and play, and they'll just pool their stuff and get, you know, big stuff or whatever.
Like the giant like stuffed Squirtle.
Yeah, something like that. Something like you can never get by yourself. But so I'm always like, it's so dumb that the people like actually in the competition have a worse chance at getting stuff off the prize wall.
Yeah, that is a
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be one of those people this time. So I'm gonna be. I think me and Stephen are trying to do as many side events as possible to just, you know, play as much as we can. I think there's like side standard tournaments, and I think there's Pokemon Pocket tournaments. I think there's like GLC tournaments, and I'm gonna just live it up and I might try and like just choose one of my like favorite like GLC decks and be like, I am walking away from this world tournament with a fully blinged out version of this deck.
You're gonna get like all the rare cards.
All like the full art versions of everything possible in this container.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be maybe one of my goals. Then to get some exclusive stuff, not to buy stuff for the kids and all that. And it's just
and me.
And you.
And me.
And you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I want cool stuff too.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find any you know, Fearow branded things.
Yeah.
Fearow, one of Pokemon's most forgotten Pokemon. Like once upon a time, we made a video on Super Carlin Brothers channel that was Pokemon's least favorite Pokemon, and I set out to make it because I was positive that my findings were going to be that Fearow was the answer.
Oh my gosh!
And that's Ben's favorite Pokemon. And then as I went through, Fearow is definitely like in the bottom 5, but Paris and Parasect were clearly the most forgotten Pokemon, and that ended up being like its own sort of thing. But yeah, the Pokemon Company has not shown your favorite Pokemon much love over the years.
No,
it has no regional forms, no mega forms, no Z attacks, no Gigantamax forms.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
It's almost like they came up with other legendary birds that kind of look like the non-legendary birds.
Yeah.
And so instead of like Doduo and Fearow and Pidgeot.
Yeah.
You know, you've got Articuno and Moltres and Zapdos.
Yeah. Well, Pidgeot's definitely the one they like. That's got like a mega form and stuff.
Why?
I know. Like Fearow is begging for like a dark type mega evolution or something.
This is what I've been saying for years. Dark type mega evolution.
There should be a dark flying mega Fearow in ZA, guys. Okay. Make it happen. If you're giving us that the world's dumbest looking mega Dragonite, give us the Fearow. We want the Fearow.
That's it.
Show it some love. Give us Mega Fearow and Mega Parasect. And everyone's going to be like, why on earth would you choose those? And you'd be like, and the thing is, that's going to be the reaction. So they have to be good because you have to give people a reason to want to go use them.
To love it.
Precisely. So yeah, exactly. Give us the Fearow.
Yeah.
Just do it.
That's it. So anyway, yeah, so you're going to Pokemon Worlds, and then the next week I am going to the beach, and then we come home for a week, and then we go to the lake with the family, and then we come home for like a week, and then we like leave on tour for like 2 weeks, and then it's October.
Yeah. So it's which is to say that basically means it's October right now.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. It's so like I feel like life is about to go on fast forward. Like Alice and I were talking the whole time that we were down in the Dominican Republic, just being like, this is so relaxing and everything is so wonderful. And
drink it in.
And when I get home, everything is going to get turned up to 11 for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess, to be fair, I have a week at the beach also in there. So it's like I can't complain, because it's going to be amazing. And also tour is like the most fun thing ever.
It is. Like it'll just be like different kinds of fun.
It'll be different kinds
kinds of fun, and the things we'll be doing will be fun. The pressure on the work at the office will just be high while we're here.
Yeah.
So this week in particular, we got to like try and take advantage of our available time.
That's it.
Yeah. So anyway, we should talk about some of the topics we wrote down, I guess.
Yeah, 57 minutes in.
57 minutes
Transition?
in. Transition! Okay, dumb transition. To like round us off on a nice light topic.
All right, let's
do you think, I think this is a universal thing that people do. Okay? I think at some point in everyone's life, for a period of time, they loved hot dogs, and then they are, for a while, completely grossed out by them.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Because I think it really has to do with like I wonder if you could even graph it, where it's like when you're a kid, hot dogs are highly approachable foods.
Yeah.
It's like a very easy to pitch to a kid food. I feel like a lot of times like kids menus have hot dogs on them. Mm-hmm. It's like it's very easy to like make. And I remember like when I was a kid, I learned how to make like ramen noodles. I learned how to make like an omelet. Mm-hmm. And like boiled hot dogs. And so it was like and there was a sense of agency and independence that I felt like I had with these meals, as just exceedingly inexpensive as they historically have been. I guess I say that as if egg prices this year haven't been like a major topic of conversation, but for the most part, eggs have historically been extremely cheap. And it's like, it's interesting because then you get a little bit older and I feel like you start to learn more about food and you probably become increasingly disgusted by hot dogs.
You get a little sus about them hot dogs.
It's sort of like because I feel like the real thing that goes around is, and if I were to have guessed, I would say it was like somewhere like in my high school era. People were like, yeah, but you know what hot dogs are made of, right?
Right.
It's just like the leftover bits.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, and I think like when you start to get that like messaging about like what the hot dog is, it's like, yeah, I don't know if I want a hot dog.
Right. It almost becomes like, I remember, there was a certain like social, toxic nature about it. Like what you like hot dogs, not because like hot dogs are like not, because of like don't you know that it's just like reconstituted chicken parts or something.
Sure.
And it's like that sounds so gross, and it's like to be known as the one eating that would be like you kind of like you're like that's part of you, that's you're made up of reconstituted, and it's like that sounds like such a gross way to describe hot dog meat.
Right. Yes, it does. But like then I don't know, like and I think probably on some level like when I was younger, or like when I think of like really basic hot dogs, I think of like like Ballpark Franks or something like that, like just like sort of like very beginning, really, really like what is this material hot dogs.
Yeah.
And like as I've gotten older, I feel like I buy like nicer hot dogs.
Yeah.
But like now I'm at a stage in my life where I'm like, I love hot dogs.
Hot dogs are great, man.
Like I don't think I'd ever turn one down. There's a place in the market building in downtown Roanoke that sells like premium hot dogs, and I love that place.
Yeah. Yes. There is. This past weekend, I was at like an outdoor like it was called a foam party, but it was like one of those farms you go to for like a fall festival, but they were just doing like a summer event. So they had like, zip lines and water slides and a big foam giant cloud bubble pit thing. You can make giant bubbles. But anyway, they had like a local church there that was just volunteering and just doing hot dogs. And you can just walk up, grab a hot dog and go. And man, I found out that like there's free hot dogs here, and it was just like, that is exactly what I want right now.
Yeah,
I want one of these hot dogs, and I went back. I got two.
You went back out. Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? Is when we went to the Metallica concert at Lane Stadium, and I went and I got a hot dog. Yeah. And like, it's a plain hot dog wrapped in foil.
That's all I need.
I got up to the seat and I ate that sucker, and I was like, whoa,
man,
what a good hot
dog.
That
was a good decision I made.
What was that, boiled?
You know what? Do you know what?
What?
Do you know what? When we were walking back to our car from the Metallica concert, there were people out on the street just like doing like New York style like street meat kind of hot dogs,
like shopping carts with like little kilns built into them or something. You know?
They were just like grilling them up right there, trying to get people on the way out.
Yeah.
Not probably like a licensed business kind of situation.
Probably not.
But good Lord, did it smell tremendous.
Yeah, aromatic.
Yeah, aromatic. And I was like, no, we gotta get to the car. I don't have time to like sit here and buy a hot dog. We're gonna get stuck in traffic or whatever. And man, Ben, I spent the next hour or however long it took us to even move out of our parking space thinking about nothing about that more than how much I wish I had gotten one of the hot dogs from the people.
To this moment, I sit here in my seat thinking, I wish we had one of those hot dogs.
I know. Like I walked by there, so I was like, that would have made that whole wait in the car just a little better.
Okay, you want to know what else is interesting? Is that I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't like. So we talked about the boiled hot dogs. The thing about a boiled hot dog is that really most hot dogs I don't even think need to be cooked. They're just sort of like you can just go at it if you want to.
You can eat a cold hot dog right out of the fridge if you want.
Listen, no judgment. But I think what's funny is that when I was a kid, I would like a burger that was like super well done, like cooked all the way through. Like I think even like we would go to like Logan's Steakhouse as a kid.
Doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't. But they would ask you like, how do you want like your meat? And I was like, I don't understand why anybody doesn't get it called like just well done. It's right there in the title. I would like it well done, please.
Yeah, duh. Come on.
Yeah, like good, opposed to like kind of not cooked all the way.
Right.
But then on the flip side, now I'm like a medium rare person.
Medium rare, the way it's supposed to be eaten.
Yeah, and I think that like for the most part, it seems like it seems like a generally accepted thing. I don't even know. But on the flip side, though, yeah, I used to like my hot dogs like with no marks, no anything, just like heated
hot.
Yeah.
It's right there in the name.
Right there in the
hot
name.
Dog.
Hot dog. Now I think there's nothing better than like a hot dog that's almost been like left on. I don't know about like too long, but like I like it if it's got some char, if it's like cracking, like I mean it needs to look like the hot dog has had like kind of a bad day,
right?
And then it's ready.
Do you remember when once upon a time we were like seriously contemplating opening up a hot dog restaurant
called Screwed?
Yeah. Yes, where the whole shtick would be that you would cut a corkscrew shape into the hot dog, thus giving it more exposed like
inner meat.
Inner meat, so that you have like, but then you have like more edge. It's like those brownies.
Yeah, that are like pans
all edge. Yeah, it's like you do that, but it's for a hot dog, and then that makes every bite like really crispy, and like the toppings can get all the way like into the hot dog.
Exactly.
And we would make them at the house we lived in when we started Super Carlin Brothers, and like they were so good, and it was like such a fun novelty.
Yes.
And yeah, that was like we brought our friends over. We were like trying different combinations of stuff, and the whole thing was going to be like, oh, you want to go get screwed for lunch, and that was going to be like that was like that was going to be the campaign.
That was us being brilliant. Yeah, like we are marketing geniuses.
We got it.
Who is not going to want this? Who's not going to want this?
There's some on corkscrew corkscrew hot dog.
I know. I mean, it's so funny because you're right. Like, and I feel like we wanted to like invent like a jig that we could use to like, set the hot dog in to like easily make like all the spiral
corkscrew.
cut. Yeah, exactly. Because in the meantime, it takes forever to like individually like corkscrew cut each of the hot
dog.
dogs.
Yeah.
But then if you could get it just right, oh man.
Oh, it was so good.
It is good. It's like to this day, I'm kind of like, I might go home tonight and make corkscrew hot dogs.
Maybe we will. I want to say, if memory serves, that we determined the best topping was like this guacamole we were making. We were going to call it the guac and roll.
The guac and roll. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, hold on.
People are like, wait, what?
It's like, you guys are dumb. These ideas are like, they're so mid at absolute best. And yet we were so excited about it.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like it was like we had like a group chat,
I'm pretty glad we didn't do it.
I am pretty glad we didn't do it. I think at the time it's funny too because they say that this happens, but it's like when you're young you have ideas and no money, and when you're old you have money and no ideas. And I think that it was so firmly in that first camp where it was like I was so willing to go and do like whatever it took just to like try to be successful in any way.
Right.
So it was sort of like I have time. I have plenty of time. Like I won't mind getting up early and going to our kiosk and just spiral cutting hot dogs so they're all like prepped for the day.
Ready to go.
Right. It's like that was me like hustling, and I'm like, I'll probably make it one day as a hot dog salesman.
Yeah.
And
slinging
dogs. Now I think at CastleCon, the first annual, we should definitely have spiral cut dogs.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
And maybe me and you could like work the booth.
Maybe we should
invite our friends Trey and Mike, and they can come and we're like we got the whole. Maybe we got
the whole crew. It'll say "Get screwed."
Get screwed at CastleCon.
That would be fantastic.
It would be so good. I mean, like maybe we would need to get like some people to like help us like run the booth, because I'm sure we're gonna have other obligations at the event that we run.
Yeah.
That's also, for what it's worth, still fictional, but like for now, we say that as if we're like teasing and like attempting to like put it into motion. We really can't stress it enough. We're not anywhere nearer than we ever have been.
Yeah.
But like for now.
We're just like really busy.
Yeah, but we'll just be out there like celeb chefing, and I like to think that like we will like we'll have like those like little boats, or maybe we'll like wrap them up in like the aluminum foil, just like at the tech game. We'll be like chucking them into the crowd.
Chucking them out.
We'll like, what do you want? And number 3, I got you, man. No problem. Yeah. How you doing? Have you been to the Strawberry Film Festival?
Do you know who would work this booth? Is our mom. Because mom, like just as a fun fact about our mom, is that she loves working concession.
She does.
Yeah.
And she's so good at it too. Like this was like one of those things where like growing up, she was so great about like being like a soccer mom or a cross country mom or something, and like helping do the fundraising or whatever, or going to the football game and like running the thing at the night. And I mean, it's just, I felt like sometimes we were like seeing her, and I'd be curious to know how she felt about it. Like if she was just sort of doing it like in a very obligatory standpoint, but like in my mind, you would go and like see her working, and it was like she was like in her element.
Yeah,
like she would have like a canvas bag. I feel like she would have like an apron type thing that had like all of, like the money kind of like stuffed into it, and like she would like go to Sam's and get like the big boxes of candy bars and like the whole thing. It was just it was just wonderful to see.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm just proud of her. That's all.
Yeah. Way to go, mom.
Shout out to mom. You were doing really great. And still are, honestly. Just really
facts.
Yeah. Anyway, so CastleCon, get your hot dogs.
Get screwed.
It's going to be great. Y'all, I think that's going to have to be it for today's episode of The Pop. But if you are thinking to yourself, boy, howdy, I have trouble keeping up with the dates in 2026. I mean, it's basically October already. I need to start thinking about what kind of calendar I'm going to be using for the calendar year of 2026.
You should start thinking about it now.
And I want to see my boys.
Yeah.
And by your boys, you probably don't mean your either real or fictional children. You mean Jay and Ben.
Right. The one true host, me, and the other guy, Ben, of Popcorn Culture.
That seems like a strange way to place it.
Well,
but, whatever. But yeah, so for our Patreon Q3 quarterly merch, we are going to be doing a calendar complete with photo shoots for each month. We're going to have little dates filled in with all the teams' birthdays and different holidays like Isybelle Day. We're going to have all sorts of fun little Easter eggs baked into it.
Very pop centric.
Yeah. It's gonna be very pop centric.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to doing all the photography for each of the various months.
Me
and stuff
too.
like that.
If you have suggestions for what dates should be highlighted on the calendar, please let us know.
Oh yeah, because we don't want to miss anything.
We don't want to miss anything.
If it's important to the pop, if it's important to you guys, then we'll put it on.
We've got a lot of lore on this show, and it's hard to remember every single thing ever. So if there are certain things that you are like, make sure you remember this.
Right.
Just let us know.
Right. Yeah. Like probably like August 23rd, Nationals submit Jay and Ben to the Cave Spring High School Notable Alumni Wikipedia page day.
Exactly. Sometime in December is like, go vote on the Roanoke,
Right, yeah. I mean, you gotta like make sure that they're like well represented, in next year's column.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you want to check it out, you if you want to check it out, you can do so at patreon.com/popcorn culture. Any of the quarterly merch tiers will get you there, but I would definitely recommend the buttered popcorn one over, stovetop popcorn.
I don't know about that. Stovetop, pretty much the epitome of good popcorn. So.
I mean, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah,
but you put butter on it too.
I
like to think that my buttered popcorn is also stovetop. It's just like gotten an extra step taken.
No, but what I use to pop my kernels in is butter flavored coconut oil, so it's still butter flavored. It's got there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean that's when you say it like that. But mine maybe it's like buttered popcorn, but like you brought all the like necessary ingredients with you on like a camping adventure, and you have like a really small jar that's like containing like an artisanal kernel of sorts.
An artisanal kernel,
and like maybe like a little dab.
How much dabbling have you done with artisanal kernels, Ben?
These guys, this is the experience you get.
Beth for Christmas one year got me just like it was 15 different artisanal kernels, yeah.
Were they great?
I mean, some were like, yeah, okay. I mean, sure, yeah.
Technically popcorn.
Some were like, oh, this is a mixed bag. It's like some of these kernels are blue and some are red and some are yellow. It was like you got like a whole different. It's like a variety pop, as it were.
Yeah.
And then some would just be. I think some of the red corn was like are like ooh, I'd get this again.
You want to know what else would be really cool is if you could do popping corn on a cob at CastleCon. So you'd have like
popcorn on a cob.
A popcorn on a cob.
Yeah.
So you have like a rotisserizer or something.
Yeah.
That maybe there's like double layers rotisserie. So you've got one rotisserie arm with a giant wad of butter that's just slowly dripping onto the lower popcorns that are then popping over the thing. So then you get your cob covered in popcorn. And it can go right next to your corkscrew shaped hot dog.
There you go.
And we've got like an odd shape.
Rotisserie butter. Like a deep fried butter on a stick.
Delicious. Guys, check it out at patreon.com/popcornculture. But otherwise, until next time.
Pop, pop.
Today's episode was edited by Isybelle Christley. Vaishon Brandon does our art. Catherine Stein is our production manager. And the show is hosted by me and Jonathan Carlin.